Welcome to Past Chronicles. If you're new here, we explore histories, forgotten truths, and the mysteries that still shape our world. Today's journey takes us deep into Imperial Rome to uncover a treasure that vanished without a trace. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our weekly investigations. Now, let's uncover the secret of Nero's lost gold. During Nero's rule, Rome accumulated one of the most immense treasuries in ancient history. War spoils, taxes, temple wealth, provincial tributes, and confiscated fortunes filled the imperial vaults. Some writers claimed Nero possessed more gold than any emperor before him, wealth so vast that even his golden palace, the legendary Domus Aurea, didn't make a dent. When Nero began constructing this opulent palace, he did redirect enormous sums from the treasury. Yet, historical records suggest that even after years of extravagance, the empire's reserves should have remained overwhelmingly abundant. The real mystery arises because, after Nero's death, almost none of this fortune was ever found. It simply vanished, leaving historians with one of Rome's most troubling and persistent questions. It all came to a head in the year 68 AD. Nero was declared a public enemy by the Senate, forcing him to flee Rome with only a handful of loyal attendants. Historical accounts say he carried what they called portable riches, but this would have been small, easily transportable items, things like precious gems, coins, and personal jewelry. The real imperial treasure consisted of something far more substantial: heavy crates filled with gold bars, sealed containers of priceless artifacts, and sacks of currency. So the key mystery remains. If Nero only managed to take a few small valuables with him, where did the colossal treasury of an entire empire go? What makes this even stranger is what happened next. When the new Emperor Galba seized power, he made a shocking announcement. The imperial vaults were almost completely empty. The treasury of the world's greatest empire had vanished in a matter of days. To me, this doesn't point to chaos or a random looting spree. It suggests a highly organized, systematic removal of the treasure that took place right before Nero's final flight from the city. Someone knew what was coming and acted fast. So, who could have pulled off such an audacious heist? Historians generally identify three major possible culprits: Nero's personal servants, the powerful Praetorian Guard, or a secret faction inside the Roman Senate itself. Each of these groups had access to the palace and the treasury. Each group had the opportunity during the chaos of Nero's downfall. And, perhaps most importantly, each group stood to benefit immensely from Nero's removal. But only one of them had the sheer manpower and logistical capability to move tons of gold quickly and discreetly. For me, the Praetorian Guard remains the prime suspect. These elite soldiers were the emperor's bodyguards, controlling the palace, the treasury, and the overall security of Rome. They had a long and sordid history of betraying emperors for profit, essentially auctioning off the throne to the highest bidder. Their sudden and decisive support for Galba as the new emperor feels less like an act of political loyalty and more like the result of a very large payment. It's entirely possible they emptied the vaults and used the gold to secure their own power and influence under the new regime. But there's another fascinating angle to this story. Medieval sources describe a fragmentary map, a mysterious document said to show the location of Nero's hidden vault. While most modern historians dismiss this map as pure legend, a curious detail keeps the theory alive. The symbols on this supposed map match strange markings later found in ancient tunnels beneath the Servian wall. This area of Rome was overseen by officials who were loyal only to the emperor himself. This intriguing connection hints that Nero may have prepared a secret deposit, a hidden vault, long before his fall from power, as a contingency plan. Rome possessed an extensive network of underground passages, catacombs, and sewers, some of which were large enough to transport carts and heavy goods. If Nero was planning to hide his treasure, these tunnels would have offered the perfect secret escape route, hidden from the public eye. And if the Praetorian Guard assisted him, either out of loyalty or for a price, the entire operation could have been executed in total secrecy, right under the Senate's nose. It's a compelling idea, a secret pact to move the gold to a secure location, known only to Nero and his most trusted allies. Of course, there are other theories. Some argue that Nero's treasure was simply lost, melted, or destroyed in the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD, but this explanation has some serious flaws. Gold requires extremely high temperatures to melt, far beyond what a typical urban fire can produce. More importantly, no archaeological evidence has ever been found to support the idea that the entire treasury burned. There are no melted heaps of gold, no charred remnants of the imperial vaults. This explanation feels more like convenient propaganda than the actual truth. To me, the fire story reflects a political strategy. By blaming the missing gold on the disaster, the new leadership and the Senate could avoid admitting to massive internal corruption or, worse, their own incompetence. It allowed them to erase embarrassing questions about where all that money went and to rewrite history, conveniently pinning all of the empire's financial troubles on Nero's already tarnished reputation. It was the perfect cover story. Perhaps the most damning piece of evidence is the state of the imperial records. The bookkeeping from Nero's final years is missing entirely. Not damaged, not partially lost, completely gone. Every financial record that could have revealed the treasure's last known location vanished without a trace. Such a precise and total disappearance strongly suggests intentional destruction. Someone didn't just want the gold. They wanted to erase any paper trail that could lead back to them. If someone did remove Nero's wealth, they didn't just steal money, they stole influence. Gold was the core of political power in ancient Rome. Controlling that gold meant controlling the legions, the provinces, and the Senate itself. A theft of this magnitude could only have been carried out by Rome's most elite insiders. People with the power and access to not only move the treasure, but also to destroy the records that proved it ever existed. So, where is it now? The search for Nero's gold has never really ended. Some believe the treasure still lies hidden somewhere beneath the streets of modern Rome, sealed behind collapsed passages in the city's ancient underbelly. Others think it was smuggled out of the city, perhaps to southern Italy, or hidden in rural estates owned by Nero's allies. Yet, after 2,000 years of searching, not a single confirmed trace of this immense fortune has ever been found. The secret of Nero's gold remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. What do you think truly happened to Nero's lost gold? Was it stolen by the Praetorian Guard, hidden away by Nero himself, or erased from history by a corrupt Senate? Share your theory in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of our past. Thanks for watching.